I, on the other hand, am a little different. I grew up in martial arts studios. Okay, I grew up starting martial arts at a very young age. I was about this big, and I remember my very first uniform was this red uniform, and it had a white belt. My sister got it for me for my 3rd birthday. She thought, you know, I was always in mischievous as a kid, so she thought it would be a good outlet for me to get into. So I started in the martial arts at an early age, and, you know, just kept with it my entire life. Now, before I was 20 years old, actually, I had owned and operated 2 martial arts studios for an association, and one thing led to another, and that didn't really work out. So I ventured away from that and started working with Master Freed. And so we started working with the company, and it's been a phenomenal decade over the last 10 years doing that and meeting everybody. I see a bunch of clients here as well, so that's really cool to see that. But, you know, who am I? Well, I'm a martial artist first. That's what I started out doing at a very young age, and I'm still doing it today. I'm a program director coach because, like Sir Sean said, you know, we have a very good system that we use at Champions, and him and I worked together for very many years, and we did it really well together. And so I use that experience to go and coach others. Then I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I grew up as an entrepreneur in you know, as a kid. My 13th birthday, I actually got a 3-piece suit and tickets to a Tony Robbins seminar from my dad. I said, "Hey, thanks, Dad." All my friends were riding their bikes, playing with their new goalie equipment outside. And I was trying on a suit. Kind of sucked. But now, you know, I'm 31 years old, and I'm really grateful for that, actually. Bad Boys 2. Who's seen Bad Boys 2? Okay, anyone seen Bad Boys 1? Okay, awesome. These are some of my favorite movies, but I bring this one up because, you know, I've had the pleasure and the privilege of working with Sir Sean, and definitely I've learned a lot from him as well. And you know, him and I really feed off each other. So when we're at the school and, you know, we're doing the enrollments and we're doing that kind of part of things, and even when we're in class together and we're training together, you know, we're very competitive people, right? So we're always pushing each other and really trying to feed off each other. We're the only 2 guys that I know of that consistently do over $100,000 a month and over 40 enrollments a month in the school as well. So like Sir Sean, I learned a lot of great things off of him that helped me get into the point where I was doing 35, 40, 45 enrollments every single month as well. So, you know, we are the Bad Boys 2. Life is hard. Don't cry to quit, cry to keep going, right? So when things get challenging, you definitely want to just keep going and pushing through. And I've had my trials and tribulations, just like everybody else. Life has not always been rosy and fun and butterflies and rainbows, okay? Definitely gone through some things that have been hurdles for me that I've had to come over, and, you know, it's the martial artist in me that really got me going and kept me going and pushing through. And, you know, I made a lot of mistakes too, right? So what I'm going to talk about today with you guys is I'm going to talk about SocialSite. Who knows what a SocialSite is? Put up your hand. Cool. Put up your hand if you don't know what a SocialSite is. All right. Put up your hand if you know what a website is. Cool. Put up your hand if you know what being social is. All right, cool. So we got a good base to work off of. A couple things I want to really share with you, because we are martial artists, and when we teach about philosophy and things like this. You know, consider the postage stamp. Its usefulness consists in the ability to stick to one thing till it gets there. Of course, being martial artists, we have to have a Japanese proverb: fall 7 times, stand up 8. And perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. And I share these with you just simply because, like you, I've had times that have been challenging, but I pushed through. So are you afraid of death, or are you afraid of failure? I'm not going to lie, I'm scared to die, but I'm really, really scared to fail. Yeah, you know, one thing that will differentiate me from a lot of people is I have the most disgusting, sickening work ethic. When people are eating, I'm working. When people are sleeping, I'm working. And when people are working, I'm working harder. And that's really what's been the secret to my success. Social media. You know, I remember a couple years ago, actually, a consultant in the martial arts industry said that social media was a fad. His actual words were, Facebook was a fad. Remember that? Yeah. Okay, you all know the fortune of Mark Zuckerberg, so that's a pretty good fad, you know, that I definitely want to be a part of. What's good and what's bad in social media? Like I said, I've had some epic fails. I've done some really stupid things. And I want to share a little bit about that with you guys, because if you guys are trying to be social, you guys are trying to get on the internet and get new students and build a relationship online with your current students, there's some do's and there's some don'ts. Okay? I'll give you guys a quick little story of one of my don'ts. So, not too long ago, we had a student, and he's been there. Sean, Nima, how long has he trained in and out? Not that Nima. 8 months? Okay, so he's training at our school for about 8 months. But when he was younger, he was there for a while, right? Okay, so this is one of those guys. Okay, we heard over here about the guy that says, I'm going to go over here for 30 days, and then I'm going to go over there for 30 days, and then I'm going to go over here for 30 days. Okay, but the difference was he wasn't going out to do trials. Okay, he was just, pardon for lack of better expression, he was just a gym slut. He just jumped around from gym to gym to gym to gym to gym, and not because of any other reason than he would get kicked out of the gym because of poor attitude or whatever, okay? Well, this guy came in and he was doing his classes, and we were in sparring. Okay, now I'm going to pick on Cheyenne here for a second because he's an integral part of this story. If you don't know who Cheyenne is, he's over there on the bat table. He's part of our billing department at ChampionsWay, and he's also one of our fighters at Champions Martial Arts Academy. He's a pretty phenomenal individual, so get a chance to talk to him. But he got in the ring with this Nima guy, and they're going nice and light, nothing too crazy. And Nima goes a little harder, and then he goes to Cheyenne. He says, "Yo, dude, take it easy." Cheyenne's thinking to himself, well, we're going real light here, 30%. How much easier do you want me to get? So, he's crying a little bit. Cheyenne gives him a low kick, and he falls to the ground. He does one of those, Cristiano Ronaldo acting gigs, where he's pitching around on the floor, real sore. Cheyenne's looking over him, looks at Sean, and he's like, "What am I doing?" And Sean's just whatever. A couple other instances, he gets into the ring with a girl. The girl beats him up real bad, and she's like an orange belt or a green belt. And, so his ego was being hurt, okay? So he went on Facebook. He had a black eye. So he went on Facebook and took a real close shot with his iPhone, put it up there, and said, "The broken nose I got in sparring yesterday." Didn't tell anybody that it was from a girl. But, put it up on Facebook, and he starts bad-mouthing the school. Now, call me loyal if you want, but, I got a little upset, to say the least. So I messaged him on Facebook. I said, "What's this disrespectful stuff you're talking, and this, that, and the other? You're not a martial artist. That's not what martial arts is about." So what does he do? You guessed it. Went back on Facebook. Okay, this time put me on blast. Then he leaves the school, goes to another school, and starts posting about how this school is the real champions. And I can't wait to get my ring fight because I already know the guy I want to fight against. And, I just hope he doesn't throw in the towel and, talking all this kind of garbage, right? So, he goes to that and does some more things. Then we see him at the fight, and my anger was getting real, the best of me. But I had to stop, and I actually had to have somebody come tell me that you need to stop and think before you post, because my passion for the style, my passion for the school, and my loyalty was causing me to act irrationally online. So I really just want to suggest to you guys that if you're going to post things online, or you have people posting for you online, just really monitor that, okay? Really think about what you're saying. Do you want students to see it? Do you want students' parents to see it? Do you want the leads and prospects that are out looking at you to see these types of interactions that you're having? Are you the role model they want to have for their kids? Okay, so think about your fails. Now, the only reason I'm really here is because online you have edge rankings and you have clout scores and things like this. The average ranking is about 20. Most of you guys are specialized, and you're here because you're avidly trying to grow your business, so I would assume that you're probably sitting around a 30, 35. Okay, I'm a 63, and actually since I've taken that screenshot we just checked today, I'm a 64. Specialist puts you at 50, so I'm kind of a big deal. No, I'm just kidding. But really, that's the reason why I'm here, is just to talk to you about this, because, you know, over the years, I've really become social. And some of you guys have probably seen me online. I know Sheehan here has. We interact a lot. And I really try to be social and do different things and really just practice what I preach. Okay, so how social are you? We're going to do a little test. Put up your hands if you post on Facebook once a week. Okay. Put up your hand if you post to Facebook once a day. All right. Put up your hand if you post to Facebook 2 or more times a day. Beautiful. I'm there with you. Okay. Who doesn't post at all? Okay. Who has somebody that posts for them? Wow, awesome. Who still thinks Facebook is a fad? No? Okay. What does being social really mean? Online conversations through comments, threads, chats, liking, plus oneing, tweeting, sharing, asking questions, sharing opinions, asking for advice or suggestions. These are all ways that you can be social. What are the benefits of being social? Well, your students have a place that they can go to ask questions and get answers and feel like they're a part of something outside of the dojo or dojang. Leads and prospects have a place to go to compare you to the school down the street because they're already doing it. So why not give them some good ammunition that can take you and put you on a higher level than the guy down the street? Okay, at Champions Martial Arts Academy, we have a guy that's 20 feet away from us. Okay? We have an 11,000 square foot facility. His is 800. Why he did that, I don't know. But he did it. Okay? The same address. We're 125 East, 125 West. There's a boxing school. Why he did it? Well, we all know he's a jerk. But, okay? Sorry, he waited for that address. He's actually been a guy that I had intros walk down and turn left by mistake, instead of turn right, and the guy made him think he was at Champions Martial Arts Academy. Because I saw him the other day, and I said, so, you didn't come to your intro, man? He's like, yeah, I did. Dave helped me. Sign me up. I said, Dave who? I said, at the gym. I said, did you turn right or turn left? He started turn right. I said, that's not us. Right? What's the best way to get new students? Anybody?
Referrals.
Referrals. Word of mouth referrals. Put up your hand if you agree. Word of mouth referrals is the best way to get students still. Awesome. Okay? There's a lot of ways to get them, but word of mouth referrals are the best way. Bam. That brings me over to this. Word of mouse. Put up your hand if you've heard of word of mouse. Okay? This is the new word of mouth referral. Think about yourself, okay? You go on Facebook, you go on Twitter, you go on Google+, and you're recommending things. Ah, man, I went to a steak restaurant last night, actually. Here's my word of mouth. I wish I could bring up my Facebook right now, but I'm not going to bother you with that. We went to a place, a sports bar in Toronto, okay? I felt like I was at a drive-in movie theater, okay? The screen was so big, and you couldn't even, go into the bathroom, you can't miss a fight. Like if you're watching the JDS fight tomorrow, if you go there, you won't be able to miss it. There's a bathroom, literally, there's like a TV, you get in the bathroom, and like on every stall there's a TV. You go over to wash your hands, there's a TV in the mirror. I'm like, this place is crazy. We don't have something like that in Vancouver. But the service was horrible. The waitresses didn't flirt. Who's heard of a waitress that doesn't flirt? Okay? Even the waitresses in the truck stop flirt. So I was baffled. $13, not including tip, for a vodka soda. $13, single, not even double. It was really crazy. So what I do? I went on Facebook, took a picture, said, look at this big screen. It's so awesome. This place is phenomenal, man. It's like you've never had an experience like this before. The service is horrible. The women they don't flirt. And I just went off on a little tangent real quick. I said, cool experience, never would come back. It's unfortunate, but word of mouth is big. So that's where your students are going to go to tell their friends about how class was, to share their pictures of the last test or tournament they were in. This is where they're going. So be active on where they're going. What's a social site? Okay, well, some of you know what it is. Some of you don't know what it is. We're going to go over it right now. SocialSite connects your marketing, your website, and your business, and allows you to have control over what makes you money. Sir Sean spoke about it earlier today. You need to get leads, and then you need to convert those leads into students. SocialSite's definitely going to help you with that. Why? Because it's simple. Trust me, I'm not a web guy by any means, but I can get through it. So if I can get through it, you guys can definitely get through it. Okay, SocialSite gives you 3 options. Number 1, it's so awesome you can actually go into it and build it yourself. There's a website editor built right into PerfectMind. You just go to SocialSite, homepage, edit, and as long as you can edit a Word document or your email, you're good to go. Number 2, you can, or your internal web guy can, integrate it with your existing site. So you can go into PerfectMind, go to any page in the SocialSite, grab the HTML at the top, copy it and hyperlink it into your own site. Or you can go into the settings of PerfectMind. Go your name, settings, SocialSite, and grab the embed codes for the schedule. Put the schedule online. It's all integrated with PerfectMind. Put the your lead forms, your own lead forms online. Okay, that's all integrated with PerfectMind. Okay, or you can do what most people do. They can say, listen, I'm a martial artist, I'm not a web guy. You guys are. Take it over. We could always build one for you. Some powerful features of our SocialSite is the workflow option. Okay, Sir Sean spoke about a couple of these things, so I really want to make sure that I went over them with you as well. Auto emails. If you don't have an auto email going out to your leads and prospects at least the first time they show interest, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You shouldn't even have the website. Straight up. You need to have a lead form. Okay, but why do you have a lead form? So you can follow up with them. Have an auto email. Now, what I've been suggesting my clients to do, take a couple minutes, take your iPhone or your Droid, point it at yourself, take a little video, and send the video. Okay, people don't like to read anymore, especially with YouTube out there, and it's another way to personalize yourself. Stand in front of your school. Hey, this is Brooklyn. Nice to meet you. Thanks so much for visiting the website. Very excited to speak with you. If you put the lead form on Facebook, hey, it's the Sensei Brooklyn. Thanks so much for checking us out on Facebook. You know, make sure you keep looking back for upcoming events, whatever. Lead forms, embed your schedule, the Book Me option. Okay, if you guys have special events, buddy nights, maybe you guys have pizza nights or board breaking nights or tournaments or anything like this, you can put them into the Book Me and you can actually have them book and schedule and pay online through your SocialSite. Okay, another great option is if you guys do birthday parties. Okay, have an auto email inside PerfectMind that automatically goes out 30 or 60 days prior to the birthday saying, did you know that we do birthday parties? Check out this video of one of the birthday parties that we've done in the past and click this link to book your own birthday party. Bam, right to your SocialSite. They can book it and pay for it right there. Then you take all the people that are going to come, you get them to give you the list, you email every single one of them and ask them to RSVP. That's also in PerfectMind. Reports. You can get all the leads you want, but if you don't have reports of who's coming in, where they're coming in, and what's going on with them, are they converting or are they not converting, how long is it taking to convert them, okay, that process, you're making your job a lot harder. So make sure you're going into the reports. Check your campaign performance reports. Okay, check out the reports that is going to show you where are these people coming out from. Are they Facebook? Are they homepage, website, blog, whatever? Okay, and follow up with them and make sure that you're always following up. If you don't have anyone to call, you're not looking in the right places of PerfectMind. Okay, if you think you don't have someone to call, go to the campaign management part of SocialSite. Okay. Go to your campaigns and click each one individually, and at the bottom there will be a list of everyone that's come in off that campaign. It'll show you who's converted to a member and who's still a lead or prospect. Okay, so you can see exactly what's going on there. And inside PerfectMind, it shows you when they became a lead, when they became a prospect, when they became a student, when they became a former student. Watch those as well so you guys can manage your sales process. If it's taking you a long time to take a lead from the website and get them into an intro lesson, there's something wrong with that part of your sales process. If they're coming in but they're not signing up or it's taking a long time to convert them, that's the other part that you're having challenges with. Know the pains of your business. You can also improve your search engine optimization by connecting to a major social network through Facebook and the Lounge, right? Who uses the Lounge? Anybody? I know it's a newer app that we're using at PerfectMind, okay? Couple people, awesome. I have a couple clients that are gaining a lot of success off it. They're really using it, and most of the people here are kind of just starting to use it and whatnot. But it's really good because by taking your Facebook page and connecting it through the lounge, not only are you keeping conversations on your on your website, but if you get in the habit of posting from your website to Facebook, when someone clicks on it in Facebook, where does it bring them? Right back to your social site. And if there's a lead form that they can fill out, now you just got yourself a lead. Okay. Easy to edit. I think that's one of the biggest things. Earlier, Sershawn asked, about a staff question, and I didn't see a lot of hands. So let me just do this one more time. Who has less than 2 people helping them at the school? So if it's you and 1, or you and 2 part-timers or something, in that range, put up your hand if that's kind of you. Okay, so everybody else has more than 3 staff members? Is that right? Okay, so if you have more than 3 staff members, you can teach everybody, or we can teach everybody on how to edit the system, edit SocialSite, and get your news updates and so on and so forth in there. If it's just you, the great thing about this is that you don't have to worry about sending your information to a web designer and waiting for them to put it up on the website. Okay. The challenge with that I've seen a lot is you do an event. There's so much energy around that event, right? You get all these cool pictures and all these cool videos, and you send them over to the web designer because you want to put them up on the website. By the time they get up on the website, the energy from that event has died down, and you pretty much shouldn't even put them up because there's now a new event that you guys are trying to promote. So the nice thing about the lounge and the social site is that you can log in there and you can edit it on your own. And again, it's just like editing an email. Okay. Now, real quick before I get to closing, I want to pull up this social site here for you guys. All right. Also, we will be having the roundtable discussions, so if you guys have questions and whatnot that you don't get to answer or get answers for, you don't get to ask, we will be available at the roundtables to answer all your questions. All right. You guys can see it? So this is the new design of our social site websites that we're putting out. It's phenomenal because you get a nice big picture that grabs the attention of everybody, and then you get your forms and so on and so forth. These ones do have professional SEO content on them as well, and professional images. So if you guys get to the point where it's just not something that you guys can do, or you don't want to delegate the time, you can hand it over to us, and we have kind of paved the way to build a successful website for martial arts studios. Okay, here's the lounge. As you can see, I don't know how much he's been using it, but he is using the lounge. And as you can see here, guys, you do have the same Facebook functionalities. You have the likes, you have the shares, you have the comment bars. Okay, so you can really get it going on your website as well. Over here, you have your blog. So if you want to blog, or anybody in your staff wants to blog, you can simply go here and put out blogs very easily. Okay, if anyone's used WordPress or Blogger, it's very challenging. At least for me, it is. So I like the fact that you can go in here and you can have a blog up literally just as fast as you can type it. Question section, this is a great place for people to actually just ask questions. Okay, so whether it's a staff member, or whether it's a student or a parent or a lead or prospect, this is a great place for them to ask questions. Okay, as you can see here with the schedule, he has embedded the schedule from Perfect Mind in, so you can actually book yourself for a class at a specific time. If there's a dollar amount associated with that class, then you'll have to pay for it, and it will kick over to the online store. And again, it is all integrated through Perfect Mind, so you do have reports, okay, on everything that's happening. He does have his memberships and products and everything. The other part is the Book Me section, and I like the Book Me section because this is where you would do your birthday parties or these types of events. Now, if I go back to the home page here really quickly, you'll actually be able to see here's the edit button. If I click on that edit button, here's my website editor. Okay, so you have everything. I can change the form, I can change the images, I can change the text. You can change everything within your Perfect Mind. And if you really wanted to get creative and you were going to do it yourself, you simply go into settings, you go to themes, and you can customize the entire theme of your Perfect Mind and SocialSite with colors, okay? Now, in closing here, I want to share something with you guys. In 1956, this stuff was invented in Central Ohio by a man named Joe McVicker as a white goo. And he used it to remove soot off of wallpaper. So as gas and electric heating came, there was no longer a need for the cleaning goo, so the guy was going under. His sister-in-law, Kay Zufall, who was a nursery school teacher, realized that her little kids liked squeezing the goo more than the hard modeling clay. So she suggested to her brother-in-law, Joe, that they color it and name it Play-Doh. Put up your hand if you once played with Play-Doh as a kid. I still play with Play-Doh, okay? Right? In 1958, Play-Doh's sales reached nearly $3 million. 1958. More than 2 billion cans of Play-Doh were sold between 1955 and 2005. And in 2005, Play-Doh was being sold in 75 countries around the world at 95 million cans a year. Remember, this was goo to take stuff off the wall. Just put coloring in it and named it different, and it became multi-million dollar business. This is proof that we are just one small adjustment away from making our lives work. So ask yourself, what's a small adjustment in your life or your business, or more specifically right now, your website? Okay? Is it the way that you think about yourself, or the way that you think about other things around you, perhaps? Okay. My suggestion to you guys is, at the end of the day, before you go home, whether you're driving home, you're on an airplane home, whatever, take a moment to think about that one small adjustment that you can make in your life, in your business, or in your website that can help you get the results that you're looking for. The results are there, right? I always tell people that everything's about perception. It's all how we perceive things, right? Anything that we want is available for us. It's right in front of us. The only reason that someone else gets it over us is because they want it more than us. And they work harder to get it. I'm going to close with this story about Will Smith. He's one of my favorite actors. I saw him on an interview once, and he was saying the same thing about me. You know, the only difference between him and everybody else is his work ethic. He said, I know that if I get on a treadmill next to you and we start running on this treadmill, the only difference between me and you is I'm not afraid to die on this treadmill. He says, if we're running side by side, only two things are going to happen. One, you're getting off first. Or two, I'm going to die on this treadmill. It's really that simple. So you just have to kind of figure that out with yourself, and bing, bang, bam, and there it goes. Okay? Thank you so much for everything, guys. I had a lot of good time.